Hey, you guys, it's Dr. Letitia Wright, host of the Right Place television show, America's Crowdfunding Strategist. I'm here for our daily live, our business live. I hope that you will follow me so that you can be updated on when I go live. So, I have done a lot of things over my years in business. And I will say that as of this month going into the next year, I am making a slight pivot. And so I'm going to be talking to you guys about that. I am still a business expert. I'm still here. Hi, Nick, to help you with your business and help you figure out where you're going and what you're doing so you can make some money. But I have been working in the crowdfunding space for many, many years, since 2010, helping people fund their business. I've helped people get millions and millions of dollars with their business. Whether you want to fund, you just want to fund $5,000, or whether you want to fund $5 million, I've experience in all of those areas. And where I'm really pivoting right now is that I am going to focus on those who want to fund their media business. In other words, you have a TV show, you have a podcast, you have a radio show, something that has to do with media. I'm going to be helping those business owners fund their business. So I'm sort of niching down a little bit. Not that I don't care about the startups and the small business owners. And by the way, small business owners, you can absolutely use crowdfunding. I know it just seems like only startups do that, but I do want to let you know you absolutely can do that too. Hey, Alana, Danny, Armageddon, thank you for dropping in. Black First, thank you for dropping in. Please give me a follow so that you can get all of the lives when I go live, because I tend to be a little bit sporadic. Sweet, Mr. Charles, Matt, and User, and Ilyanla. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tap the screen if any of this is helping you so I can know kind of where to go, Eduardo, with the topics that I'm talking about and what you need to know. So, and if you have any business questions about how to get started, where to go with your business, this is the time to put them in the comments. So, what I'm focused on now is helping people who, number one, want to have their own show and want to monetize it. In other words, a show that makes you money and a name people know. That's what I'm helping people get right now. And the struggle to be recognized, the struggle to get your name out there, it's real. And there is a strategy that you need to use to stand out to your tribe. You don't have to, here's the lie that everybody tells you. It says you got to stand out above everybody else. No, that's a lie. You don't have to stand out above everybody else. You just have to stand out to your tribe. And that is far easier than trying to stand out above the millions and millions of TV shows. Hi, Yvette. Hi, Dis and Joe. And it's Sabriel, Big Ballin'. Hey, it's far easier to stand out to your tribe, the people that you serve, the people that you love to work with, the people that understand you, that people that get you and you get them and you can help them, Joy. It's so much easier to stand out to that crowd than it is to try to stand out to everybody else. Thank you, Joy, for giving me that like. I appreciate that. When you guys tap the screen, that helps me know that I have hit on something that helps you. So you're out there trying to stand out above all the other podcasts when all you need to do is stand out to your own tribe. And that's where they get you. They get you chasing this carrot where literally the prize, the goal is always moving, and it's always moving out of your reach, because there's always somebody that's, bigger than you, doing more, and it's always moving. It's always a moving goalpost. And so when you're working with your own show, when you have your show on Roku, Amazon Fire, your show is sitting there and it's just there for your tribe. You bring your tribe to your show. You don't have to worry about algorithms. You don't have to worry about all these tricks and you don't have to do any of all that crazy stuff. Hey, Key, good to see you. Thank you for dropping in and always being supportive. Appreciate you. you don't have to worry about all this extra stuff. You bring them to your channel and they start watching your show. Hey, Andrea, good to see you again. They start watching your show. You're not battling algorithms that somebody else set up that are really hoops for you to jump through so that you can get people on your shtick. So, you know, nothing wrong with YouTube. YouTube is a great place for people to find you, but in terms of investing time so that you can make money, YouTube doesn't let you make money. They make money with the first video you put on, but until you bring a certain number of followers, you can't make any money. But they make money off the very first video you put out. Joyce says, agreed. You have to stay in your own lane. Agreed. So when I encourage people to have their own show and utilize something like Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Apple TV, it's a place where you can actually create revenue. Because these shows, these things, when we're not making money, when we're just getting exposure, but we're not making money, it's hard to keep it going. It's easy to lose sight of what you're actually doing and get caught up in the likes and the numbers, and forget that in the end, we have to make money to keep going. We got to eat. I don't know about you, but I can't go to Southern California Edison, which is, my light and electric company, and go, well, I got 155,000 followers. And they be like, so you better pay this bill. You better get $1 from all of them people and pay your bill. Okay? That's what it's about. And so many of the big influencers have found their opportunities, and they've gotten sponsorship deals, and they've done all of these big things. But I'm saying you don't have to have the big numbers to make money. Number one. You just won't make money the same way that the people with the huge numbers make money. That's the challenge, is that you're chasing these methods that other people are using. Tap the screen if you understand what I'm saying. You're chasing their methods when you don't have the same resources that they have. Tap the screen if you understand what I'm saying. See, you can have some chicken and I can have some chicken, but if all you have is a black skillet and I have all these other things, I can make a lot of different dishes that you might not be able to make with just a cast iron skillet. But don't get me wrong, cast iron skillets are quite versatile. Every household should have one because you can fry, you can also bake. I mean, it can just do a whole lot of things. If you know how to use it. Okay? But if you're limited on the resources that you have, you can't do the same things. A lot of these people that are talking about $1 million launches, and you've heard them say, I had $1 million launch, I launched this and I made $1 million. They never tell you how much they spent. How much did you spend on the advertising of it? How much did you spend on the things that you set up? Well, if it costs them $60,000 to set up, and then another $1.5 million in advertising to make $1 million. If that's not something you can do, you can't replicate what they're doing. And so a lot of times people are selling you stuff saying you can replicate what they're doing when they're telling you can replicate it. Hey, Darren, good to see you, without the same resources, and they're selling you BS. And so all I'm saying is that if you've been trying to have your own TV show, there's a lot of different ways to go about it. But some of you guys are trying to replicate ways that you don't have the resources for. Not saying you can't do it. I'm just saying you can't go down that street and do it. You got to go down a different street and do it. I am not a dream killer. I'm not telling you can't have your dream. I'm just saying know which road to get on to get that dream. Some of these people that are sitting in front of their, showing you that they got a Rolls Royce and they got this and that. I'm in California. I'm in Southern California. I can go rent a Rolls Royce tomorrow. I can rent a Rolls Royce today and start taking pictures in it. And most wealthy people have nice cars. They ain't taking pictures in them. They just don't, because it's just their lifestyle. It's like nobody takes pictures of their cereal, because most people have had cereal. Now, when you go to one of those elegant places and you have those dinners that are all just like, oh my God, like I love the Fleming's Seafood Tower. It's worthy of a picture, but I'm not going to be gauche and take a picture of it like I ain't never been there before. But I have bought the Seafood Tower and ate so much that I had a stomach ache. Ate like I was a little kid. Like I ain't never had seafood before. I was just eating it. Everybody was sick because we just ate so much and it was so good. Just couldn't stop eating. Okay, that's totally ridiculous because I'm grown and I know better. But I've done that. All I'm saying is, when it's just normal to you, you don't be taking pictures of everything, and you don't need to. But I do get those people that are showing you Ferraris and diamonds, and they're showing you all the finest stuff because that appeals to a certain person. That is a tactic for a certain tribe. Now, I'm not the one that attracts, so that's not going to get me to buy. But some of y'all, you want to buy from the people that are driving Ferraris. And you're not going to buy from me if I don't show you that I'm on the beach perpetrating a tan so brother with money can be my man. You know, you're not gonna do that. I travel a lot as part of business, and I do post about it. But, you know, it's a part of my real life. I'm not posting it to get you to do business with me. There are people who are renting hotel rooms and taking pictures and doing stuff to get you to think they are living a $1 million lifestyle because there's a set of people that appeals to. There's a set of people that will follow those people. This is my $1 million house. I ain't got no furniture in it. Because we all got realtor friends. Tap the screen if you got a friend that's a realtor. We all got a friend that's a realtor. Tap the screen if you know I got a realtor and I got a couple of friends that are realtors. Tap the screen if you got a realtor friend. They can all get us into a house. These look funny, but they're just buttons. They can all get us into a beautiful house, mansion house, and we can take pictures in that house. Some houses got furniture, some don't. And we can walk around talking about our house. Come on. Give me a yes, or give me a yes if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm getting at. Come on. Give me a yes if you know. You tapped. Okay. ATL, you know. We can all do that if we want to. You can do that this weekend if you want to. If that's your tribe and that's what you want to do, more power to you. I have zero judgment about that because you need to do what you need to do to talk to my tribe. My tribe is not so moved by that. So I don't worry so much about that. My tribe does radio, TV. They know the fake. Because in TV, it's all about we're creating stories and we're creating make-believe. You know, we know all about that. So nobody's super impressed by that. So your lifestyle is great. That's great. But people want to get their projects out. People want to be able to work with other people and pay them. Yes, when you're 20, it's great to work on a free project. When you're 45, it's not so hot to be asked to work on a free project. It's just not that thrill ain't there. It's kind of like, I kind of got to pay bills. You know what I'm talking about, ATL. It's kind of like, yeah, that was nice, but, can you pay for my gas? Like, sheesh. So it doesn't pay the bills. Exactly. So what I'm saying is, whatever business you're in, you can actually connect a show to it. You can connect a show that gives a different crowd. Social media is great. Roku, Amazon, Apple TV, Fire TV shows, those are not social media. Those are media. Those are shows. They afford you some different kinds of benefits, and they afford you a different crowd. Also, podcasts now, a lot of podcasts are video, and the video podcasts afford you an opportunity. They're sort of like a hybrid thing. You can take your podcast and put it on a channel, and now your podcast has access to a whole new group of people. Television, exactly. Television is tell your vision. So you can tell your story to your people. And we're not in the 1900s. We're not even in the early 2000s. It's not 2005, right? Where like CBS is 10 million people watching it. You're not in competition with CBS. Who's going to watch my show? How am I going to get people to watch my channel? How am I going to get people to watch my channel? How do I get people? How do you think you get people to watch your channel? How do you get people to watch your social media? Same. You tell them. Right Place TV channel, you can get it on Amazon. You can go to Amazon, clip apps and games, because it's a channel that's an app. And you buy it, it's free, but you get it from Amazon and you download it, you put it into your smart TV, your phone or whatever, and you open it up and you start watching for free. You tell people. You just keep telling people and asking people to download it. See, most people are too afraid to put themselves out there like that. Are people going to laugh at you? Heck yeah. You think in the 25 years people are laughing? People are laughing at me right now. You think people are not laughing at me right now? I'm in Hollywood. I am not a Hollywood 10. That's why I love going to like the East Coast. East Coast, I'm a good, because, I'm a big girl. East Coast, I'm a good 8-9. Hollywood out here, girl, I'm a Hollywood 5-6. Okay? And you're a baddie. Thank you, ATL. Love my tribe that loves me. But you know what I'm talking about. You know I'm talking about the Hollywood, how you supposed to look. I'm not, Miss Harvey. Okay? That's what Hollywood's looking for. You think people are not laughing at me? But you know what? My show's still on the air. My show's still making money. That's what I'm doing. And now it's time for me to help other people do it. It's time for me to focus on it. Now, listen, I'm working with people. I'm dinner. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not a snack. I'm a little bit too much to be a snack, but I'm definitely dinner. Thank you. I love it when my tribe backs me up. Appreciate you. So listen. I'm here to help you if you already have your shows up. If you're not quite making shows yet, you're not quite ready to work with me, because I want to work with you guys that are out there and doing your thing. Because here it is. I'm not teaching people how to make a show, get your show up. Honestly, there's a bunch of free YouTube videos on how to do that. You do not need to pay somebody to teach you how to do it. You don't need to enroll in the mentor program to learn how to do it. There's a million different ways to do it. You can do it from your phone. You can do it from your computer. There's just a million different ways. Just find a way to start making your shows and figure out what your show is. The biggest challenge is finding out who your show is for and just getting comfortable, whether you're on camera or not. I don't know if you guys are aware of how Issa Rae got started? Put a yes or no in the comments if you're aware, if you want me to tell you how she got started. Because she started creating a YouTube series called Awkward Black Girl. Did you guys ever watch Awkward Black Girl? That was way before her HBO series. And it's a really real, no, ATL, oh my gosh. You got to go online, go on YouTube and look for AWB. Awkward Black Girl, sorry. ABG, Awkward Black Girl. That is where her HBO series came from. And most of the people, not all of them, but most of the people in Awkward Black Girl made an appearance in her show. She did not forget them. She made a way for them to be in the HBO show. And she made the show, it became popular and popular and popular. More and more people were watching it. And the sweet spot was she was getting 200,000 views per episode. And that's when everybody started coming to her. She didn't have to go to the series, different studios and beg them. Everybody came to her, including BET. And I had a meeting shortly after she got acquired. I was able to have a meeting with BET. BET was doing an open meeting. They rarely do open meetings, but they do open meetings with producers, and you get to pitch, and they get to give you a critique and everything like that. And I got a critique as to why Right Place TV would not be picked up. And they said they didn't want to pick up my show because it was already on the air. Now, her show was already on the air, too. I didn't think about it at the time because I was all like, ooh, I'm talking to BET. You kind of don't think straight when you're in the meeting. But what they did was they changed Awkward Black Girl enough so that it wasn't exactly everything that Awkward Black Girl was, but the premise was still the same. Just sort of an evolution of it. And so because I was already on, commercial TV, I started my show before YouTube existed. So when I saw YouTube coming out, I knew everybody was going to have their own TV show. And I said that back in 2005. I was like, everybody's going to have their own TV show. And I said products were going to have their own TV show. I was saying that back in 2005. And literally products have their own TV shows. So if you have a product, you can have your own TV show built around that product. It's a giant commercial. If you have a service, you can have a show built around your service to help people understand what you do and help people really, get into it. So there's a whole different way that you can use your TV show to be interesting, to get your message out, and it doesn't have to be like the good old days. So you don't need 200,000 people to watch your show to make money. I want you to listen to the formula. This is the formula. If you can get 1,000 people over a 1-year period to spend $200 with you, how much money is that? Over 12 months, 1,000 people watch your channel, come across your channel for a while, and over a 12-month period, each one of them spends $200. That's a $200,000 year for you. Would that be cool? For most of you, that would be cool. For most of you creators, a $200,000 year would work. Now, you may have, bigger plans and want to do more, and that's cool. But $200,000 in your first year or your second year, you would be good. You would be able to bounce off of that $200,000 and go on with your bigger plans. Maybe you want to make a film. Maybe you want to, I don't know, but you could do it. And that's what you're looking at. And that is why I think it's such a great opportunity. So what I'm doing with the cohort next month is I'm going to be working with 8 people to help them take their shows to a channel where we can start making it revenue creating and start getting your name out there so that it's known. You have a show that makes revenue and a name people know. Because that's what's going to help you get your message out. You can't do it on the back of something else forever. I mean, at some point, you got to start making some money. So anyway, I'll just leave it open for questions. I will leave it open for questions. Thank you for the hearts. Ooh, Don Cheadle's going to be a Blackbird. Dang, and Cedric the Entertainer's going to be there on Monday. Dang. Tickets are $95. Blackbird is a Black-owned workspace in Santa Monica, California. But shoot, they ain't playing. It's just that I live nowhere near there, and the drive would be like, I need to get a hotel tonight and spend the night because I don't feel like driving 3 hours. It's not 3 hours away, it's the traffic. Going into LA, it's the traffic. But if y'all are anywhere near Blackbird, you need to look it up. It's going to be Don Cheadle and what's his name? Any questions, any thoughts? Anybody out there trying to do a podcast, trying to do a show? Tell me what's up, what you're thinking about. And that's the pivot that I'm making. I'm really focusing on people with media, and I'm really focusing on how you can create revenue and funding for your media. And bringing my two worlds together. I've tried to YouTube, but stopped due to their updates. Yeah. So the thing is with Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV, they don't have the same restrictions as YouTube. YouTube is social media. Roku, Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV are media. So there are not updates like that. There are not all these other different things going on. And what I do is my company takes care of the tech. It is not the same update process or upload process as YouTube. And because I have my own company and we host all of the channels that we host, we upload for you so that you can focus on just the content. And if you don't want your own channel and you have something in either the business area, you can be a part of Right Place TV. So we can just put you on that channel. That's on Amazon, Apple, and Roku. So it's already up and running. You could be up and running tomorrow. Or if you have something in health, wealth, and spirituality, that would go on Yoga Bhakti channel, which is on Roku, and that's already up and running. So if the upload, the tech part has been a challenge, we can take care of that for you so that you can focus on content. And that is very important. So I understand that, ATL. Let me make sure I'm following you. I'm following you now, so that way if you send me a private message, I'll be able to get it. ATL. Anybody else have any other questions? So I'll be opening it up in a few weeks. If you want to be a part, the cohort is going to be 12 weeks, 3 months. And so it's just focus on, since you already have shows and you just stopped uploading, but you do have content, you would qualify. We can look at taking that content that you already have and working with it and molding it to make sure that it fits so that you can get the revenue that you want from it and the type of show that it is. A lot of times people don't realize that the type of show that you have really dictates what type of revenue you're going to go after. Everybody's going after the sponsorship. And that's cool. Nothing wrong with sponsorship. I've had sponsors in the past. But when you're doing things like cooking shows, they lend themselves to a different type of way of getting revenue. And so, good afternoon. So it really lends itself to a different way of getting revenue very early, even before the show starts. I specialize in teaching people how to make money before their show even gets on the air. And so we would sit down, look at the framework of your show, look at the target market of your show so we can get you rearranged, boom, launch it out there. You already have content, so it's a possibility for you to do a great launch, get into the cohort, and do a great, nice launch in September and have money in your pocket before your show even gets on the air. That's a real reality. So, yeah. You can give me a call or, talk to me one-on-one about what the cohort looks like and go from there. Good afternoon. Anybody else have any other questions? I have an interview at 1:30. Who's my interview with? I had an interview yesterday with Saturday Sound Bites, Veronica Sofer. And that is, I'm not sure how she does this because I did the interview yesterday, but it's going to go out on Facebook tomorrow at 10 a.m. CST. So I guess it's going to look like it's a live stream, but it's not. So that's interesting. Anyway, had a fun time. I had a good time. I talked about the struggle to be visible. So if any of you guys are interested in that. And then I'm doing an interview with Women Who Influence. I think that's what the show is called. No, it's called... Okay, I'm sorry. I'm acting like I don't even know what I'm doing. I have a PR person. She books these for me. I literally say yes to any podcast interview because my philosophy is I don't know who these podcasters are going to be in the future. In other words, they may have a very small audience right now, but I'm not one of those people that's like, do you have an audience of 10 million people? Well, no, I'm not coming to do your show. I don't know who you're going to be in a year. You might blow up and be Oprah in 12 months. I don't know. I am not a soothsayer. So when people ask me to be on their show, their podcast, unless I physically can't be there, like, okay, I'm on a plane at that time, I can't be there, I say yes if at all possible, because I feel you don't have to take on this. Yes, I have a show. I have my own show. I have my own show called The Right Place. And I have my own channels on Roku, Amazon, and Apple TV. I have a channel called The Right Place TV Network. That's my channel. And then I have another channel called Yoga Bhakti channel, which is health and wellness and spirituality. But in terms of being a guest on somebody else's show, I will be a guest pretty much on anybody's show because I feel like I don't know, they could blow up in a year or two, and I've been on their show, and now I can blow up with them. You don't know where people are going to be. I know some people are like, it's not worth it if they don't have anything. Girl, every little piece is worth it. Every little stepping stone is worth it. Every little show that you're on is building your name as a name people know. So I don't poo-poo anybody's show. I just do not. That's me. Now you guys can say, hey, I only have this much time in my life, and if you don't have a big audience, I can't do it. That's okay. Make whatever choice you want to make. That's the choice I choose to make. And so the reason why I'm just like, I'm showing up for an interview, I don't halfway know who these people are, is because I have a PR person. She books the interviews. I trust her. I literally don't even look and see who they are until it's time for the interview. So I'm doing the interview in an hour. And let me read this. It's called In a Woman's World Podcast. Their emails are Women Who Influence, but the show is called In a Woman's World Podcast. So again, I don't know if this is live or not, but I'm always dressed when I do interviews. I'm always full makeup in case they are live, number one. And number two, it just helps me feel professional. It helps me feel on. So I never do interviews in my pajamas. People are like, I'm at home, I'm in my pajamas. I never do that. Plus, you never know when you might accidentally turn on the camera and then you all looking crazy and stuff. Like, no. So I just don't do that. Being professionally dressed, it's like putting on your uniform. Okay? Put on the whole uniform and be ready so you ain't got to get ready. When I do the whole uniform, my makeup's done, my hair's done, just throw me off. I'll be ready. And these were last minute interviews that were just added. I do know how to pitch myself. I do know how to get PR because I used to do it for myself back when I had time to do that. Now I have too much going on, and I need one more staff person. So I don't have the time to pitch myself or do it. And besides, to be honest, the stuff that she's getting me booked for is way better than I could get booked for myself. She's absolutely worth every penny that I pay. The stuff that is coming up for this summer, I could not have gotten for myself. So it's a thing. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. So, yeah, so that's what I'm doing in about 45 minutes. And I've done a lot of interviews. The other thing is, you guys got to remember, I've been doing this for 25 years. So I can get up in my sleep and do an interview. I mean, I just can't. It doesn't take a lot of prep for me because I've been doing this a long time. Yes, thank you, ATL. So I don't have to do super research and know what they want and who they are. Now, this is going to be really good because this is two hosts and me. And I haven't done a show where there's two hosts in a long time because it can be ping pong. You know what I mean? If you got to get the rhythm of what their rhythm is because you got to fit into their rhythm. Otherwise, it looks really, really awkward. It looks like you stand out. And the point of being on their